Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We are working now to get more details after two people were hit and killed in separate crashes tonight. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Both crashes happened just after 6 tonight, one in Newtown, the other in Meriden, and that's where we begin.
Fox 61's Jalen Anderson just arrived on scene, but Jalen, what have you learned so far?
So far, the police just wrapped up here. They just towed the car. We just seen it moments ago, so the scene is pretty clear, but we can confirm that one person did die of their injuries due to the accident. Now, the scene has been very clear for some time now, but like you said, the accident did occur around 6 o'clock, and the police did confirm some details with us. It was a motor vehicle and one person involving, I think it was just one vehicle in terms of what happened, but the scene has been clear. We're still working to find more details here because we've seen one car being towed away, and also the investigation is still pending, and we're still seeing, I think it's one more police cruiser that still might be on scene here, but we're still working to find more details. But for now, in Meriden, Jalen Anderson, Fox 61.
All right, Jalen, thank you. And in Newtown, police are investigating a deadly pedestrian accident on Hollyville Road near Exit 9 westbound. Anyone who saw a commercial vehicle parked near Papa Al's shopping center during that time is asked to come forward and contact Newtown police.
As these breaking news stories develop, you can find the latest updates on air, online, and on our free Fox 61 News app. Just download it for free from your app store.
All right, now at 10, new fallout from the government shutdown as the FAA prepares to reduce 10% of air traffic at 40 airports across the country. And this is supposed to help reduce the workload of air traffic controllers who've had to work without pay since the shutdown began at the start of October.
Fox 61's Stephen Reels is live at Bradley International Airport for a look at how travelers are already being impacted there. Stephen, how are people feeling? What are they telling you?
Well, Brent, Sarah, I got a chance to catch up with some of the travelers. Generally, the vibe around here is a little bit antsy, but leadership here at Bradley International Airport just wants to stress that we shouldn't really be seeing too much of an impact at this airport. I actually just want you to take a look behind me at the departure board. You can see we already have times for tomorrow's departures. Atlanta, Baltimore, Charlotte, Chicago, a lot of these flights, pretty much all of them except for one departing for Washington, D.C., they are still all on time. However, we still have travelers who have already received notifications that the flights they were going to take this weekend, those no longer exist. My friend was supposed to fly out of Newark on a Friday, but he was notified this afternoon that that flight wasn't going to happen. So while travelers try to reschedule these flights, people are just worried about what this could mean for the holiday travel season.
I was glad I was flying in today instead of tomorrow.
It's a relief for travelers like Gabriel Dino, who arrived back home in Connecticut the night before air traffic is set to be reduced across the country. At the moment, the Connecticut Airport Authority tells Fox 61 while air traffic is not expected to be reduced at Bradley, several airlines at the airport connect to a lot of major hubs that will be impacted. Airports in Atlanta, Boston, New Jersey, New York, Teterboro, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Charlotte are all preparing to face the brunt of this decision that will affect thousands of flights and hundreds of thousands of passengers.
I am worried about coming home. They need to figure their stuff out.
We are not in the middle of peak travel season right now. What will this all be like once we get to that point?
The situation right now is very fluid.
Tracy Noble with AAA says if the government shutdown continues and travel plans continue to get challenged, this could shift how some people travel over the holiday season.
Travelers need to be as informed as they possibly can be. Flying might not always be the best option, especially when there's a whole lot of turmoil going on. So if people are in a reasonable distance and they can drive to their destination, that could be an option.
I do have to travel to Texas, so I might just have to drive instead of flying. So that's that.
You would be willing to drive to Texas from Connecticut?
Yes.
So Brent, Sarah, that drive to Texas, that might be one of the more extreme options, but that really just highlights just how people's travel may end up changing through all of this holiday season in November and December, even into January. So Noble tells me that this is the right time for travelers to be as prepared as possible. And we have some of those tips right now coming up on your screen. The big things you're going to want to do is download your airplane, your air carrier, and the airport's app just to make sure that everything is okay, and you can be notified as soon as possible if something goes wrong and if you need to speak to a representative to reschedule your flight or find a new plan. And if you do end up traveling through the airport this holiday season, make sure you add on an extra hour just to show up early in case something goes wrong. Usually for domestic flights, you're supposed to get to the airport 2 hours early before your flight. Add another hour onto that, that's now 3. International flights, turn that 3 hours to 4 hours. You want to be overly prepared, if anything, just in case something goes wrong with either your flight cancellation or if you need to get through TSA, and that takes a little extra time. And finally, look into travel insurance. It might just add that little bit of a cushion just in case something goes wrong, but those policies about when you can sign up for travel insurance, that kind of varies on your carrier, so make sure you read the fine print with your tickets as you travel over the next few weeks and months. But for now, live at the Bradley International Airport, Stephen Reels, Fox 61.
All right, Stephen, thank you. Good advice there. Luckily, the flights won't be delayed because of weather. We've got some decent days ahead.
Yeah, but we're in for a chilly night, and the shoreline is under a frost advisory, I hear.
Yeah, and it's funny because it makes it seem like it's colder at the shoreline than inland Connecticut, but really the National Weather Service has stopped issuing any freeze alerts because it's so late in the growing season. But yes, frost advisory for the shoreline, and it is cold statewide with temperatures near below freezing as we head towards daybreak. In fact, we're already at 32 degrees in Meriden. Overnight lows will be in the upper 20s to right around 30 as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll see a mix of sun and clouds, but overall I do think the clouds win out through the afternoon. It's a beautiful afternoon. Highs will be in the mid-50s to right around 60 degrees. And then around or after 8 o'clock, we'll see a rising chance for some rain. The good news is this rain ends right around daybreak on Saturday, but we have more rain to time out to finish the weekend. Your full forecast is coming up.
The good news is we're going to get, $25, $30 million added to the SNAP cards within 4 or 5 days. We've got our continuing food share going, and we can double down on that as necessary.
Yeah, so as of today, that is no longer necessary after a new federal court ruling. You just heard Governor Lamont address reporters Wednesday after the Trump administration offered to cover 65% of the maximum benefit, which would have left some beneficiaries with nothing for the month. But today, a federal judge in Rhode Island ruled the Trump administration must in fact find the money to fully fund SNAP benefits for the month of November.
Fox 61's Annette Montgomery met with people who are impacted by SNAP. She asked them what this news means to them.
More than 390,000 people in Connecticut alone rely on SNAP benefits. I spoke with one man whose partner, who is disabled, receives these benefits. And although he called this welcome news for the month of November, he raised concerns about what happens next and why this entire discussion surrounding SNAP payments has been so confusing.
Oh, they got to hurry up and give it to them. But yeah, so I'm going to have to call my girlfriend and let her know. I'm going to have to let her know that they changed it to 100% today. So that'll be good.
That's the sound of relief after weeks of uncertainty for people who live in Connecticut, like Charles Oliver and his girlfriend, about what the future of her SNAP benefits could look like.
She said nobody's getting it right now. Oh, because she has multiple sclerosis, then she was able, her doctors, I guess, were able to get her the disability money and the state SNAP money. So she's getting SNAP a certain amount every month.
It comes after states were scrambling to figure out how to foot the remaining bill to keep the benefits fully funded for neighbors. After the Trump administration said it would cover only 65% of the payments for the month of November. That led to Governor Ned Lamont saying this just Wednesday afternoon.
We were one of the first states in the country to do food share. If I have to double down on that, waiting to get the SNAP benefits back, we'll do the same. And we're going to be there for LIHEAP as well.
It's a promise the governor no longer has to keep, with the federal ruling Thursday that gives the Trump administration until Friday to make the SNAP payments available to states. In a statement Thursday, Governor Lamont said in part, quote, "It's unacceptable to use Americans and their access to food as political pawns." He goes on to say until it's resolved, Connecticut is making contingency plans to ensure that no family goes hungry because of Washington's dysfunction, end quote. Welcomed news for those like Oliver, But there are still questions on the table for the future.
Nobody's getting money and people are not getting food stamps, and Thanksgiving is this month in about 3 weeks. So the question is, what's going to happen when people are not getting food stamps? And the whole thing is messed up. It's a mess.
Roughly 24 states, including Connecticut, sued the Trump administration in a bid to force the release of these SNAP payments. In Hartford, Annette Montgomery, Fox 61.
Thank you, Annette. Police say 2 Shelton men set fire to a home last year. They've since been arrested. Joseph Lapatina and Daniel Champagne are both charged with first-degree arson, burglary, and larceny. Investigators say they were found at the scene of a December 2024 house fire on Village Drive. They were later linked to stolen items from that property. Both men are out on bond tonight.
Gallup Hill Elementary School in Ledyard will stay closed again tomorrow after police say a student intentionally set a fire inside a bathroom Wednesday morning. No one was hurt, but the fire caused significant smoke damage across the school's second floor. Superintendent Jason Hartling says crews are cleaning vents and replacing ceiling tiles and wiping down every surface. Police say the student acted alone and has been issued a juvenile summons. Cleanup continues, but it's unclear when the students will be able to return. And we are working to find out what happened at a Walmart in Hartford tonight. Our crews were there as multiple police cruisers pulled into the parking lot on Flatbush Avenue around 7 this evening. One person was seen being taken by an ambulance while officers searched through a vehicle. Officers were on scene for at least 30 minutes. We've reached out to police. West Hartford told us the situation started with a traffic stop in their town. We'll update you once we learn more.